Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Today I'm going to be covering episode 11 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. All in all, not my favorite episode, but it still was a very good episode. Lots of background, good information that happened, just it a world building episode, and no complaints. I enjoyed the episode, so let me just kind of get right into it. As per usual, it just starts off right where the previous episode ended. And you've got the defeat of Aurora. Then after that, you've got the Graf and company kind of talking to Frieren and the group, basically giving some flashback stuff, just kind of saying thank you. And then another big thing is that they bury the dead. They bury all of the soldiers that Aurora had taken over, which, if you noticed, one of them was his son. So I thought that was a just a touching moment that, he finally did get to lay his son to rest, who was killed by Aurora, obviously. So then you just had all that bit of information that happened and nothing really too serious, just them thanking them, giving them a hero's proper hero's farewell. Not quite the same as, everybody in the town throwing a flower. Graf did basically thank them for what they had done. So then the group decides they're going to keep going north. And unfortunately for them, it is getting to winter time, and that's where the biggest part of this episode comes into play. Because as they are trying to get through the mountains, they get into some really bad snow. You have Stark kind of passes out due to, I'm assuming, the cold. They didn't really go into it, not really a huge deal. So they get to this like cabin house storehouse kind of thing where if you get caught in this blizzard slash snow, which they do talk about the northern mountains being very brutal and harsh for with snow. So they get to this hut. There appears to be a man who is doing air squats half naked. Kind of funny. Come to find out, he is an elf. Um, his name is Kraft, and basically Freyren and them kind of start getting along, start talking, and they both are like, I didn't expect to ever see another elf again. So it just kind of shows how little and how few elves still remain. I am very curious, just kind of their overall population, because, well, there are very many. They made talk about how there's not very many, and it's not like they're like, oh yeah, let's go repopulate our the elven population. One thing about Kraft is he is a priest as well, so that's pretty interesting. I thought for sure he was going to join them on their journey, but towards the end of the episode, it does not appear that way. They do spend the entire winter together because it's way too harsh for anybody to leave that area. You're bound to die. So they just kind of get to know each other, get along. They spend the next, they say, 6 months in the in the cabin, just trying to survive, and that's really the whole episode. You get more background, more building the craft, and Freyren have a conversation where it brings up some stuff that Heiter had essentially made mention to her. So again, more bringing up the past while still in the present. So I really enjoy that kind of story building. This is a this is a slow episode, so it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But I didn't mind the episode. I thought it was pretty good. But that's all I got for this episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Please make sure to check out the anime show on Facebook and Instagram. You can see all the awesome anime content they have on there. And Lance and I just got back from a anime convention. You get to see some of the pictures of some of the stuff we bought and how we dressed up in cosplay for that. So make sure to check those pictures out as well. And yeah, subscribe, rate, review. Have a good one, everyone.